Fate decided.
Let's get this party started.
Craving something scary.
Hello, Sydney.
Killjoy Jake.
Don't you swear at me, you little shit! Don't you ever raise your voice at me! I am your mother!
Night Watch Zone.
What's the boogeyman?
As a matter of fact, it was.
Get up!
The collective has spoken.
Hello. Hello. Welcome to the stream. How's it going, everybody? Welcome. Craven's gone.
We lost Craven. It's just
We lost him. I guess it's just us now. Yeah. So how you doing, Tyler? What's up,
I'm
man?
good. We're here. We're doing this. We're knocking out this bad boy.
Knocking it out. Well, we can't say hello to anybody, unfortunately, because none of us are the owners of the stream. But we see all of you wonderful people here coming in to the Lethal Collective stream, absolutely vibing. I see Butterfly Angel, which I just really like that name. How sweet for a horror stream. Wow. I see Flash Skywalker 13 is here. Lindsay Kamar, welcome. Jen Warner, Russell Dorsey, Oracle 684. What's up, y'all? Denisha Lane's here.
What is up? Like Flash said. Oh, great, the two worst members. Hey, we're here.
I know, yeah. So you got the bottom of the barrel today with Jake and Fate. So
see which one's the worst though. Which one's the second? That's
well, we have to fight to the death for that title.
Oh, clearly, that's the only way it goes.
Of course.
Yeah, no. Diving into it, like I said, we can't until Craven gets back, which he said he should be back soon. So until Craven gets back, we can't really answer any of the questions. But in the meantime, what we can talk about is, have you seen the little, Jake, have you seen the little teaser, or the new, not teaser, but the little, I guess, teaser trailer for the new TV spot?
Yeah, I've seen that.
So what do you think of the new images? Primarily the ladder one, where it looks like Ghostface is toying with the ladder.
I mean, exactly what I expected. Come on, like what else were we expecting from that scene? You think Ghostface is getting up on that ladder and going after him? Yeah, like on the ladder? No way, man.
No, but I think it's like somebody. What's up? There he is.
Hey guys.
Yo.
You know that somebody's getting taken out there, and it looks like.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
What's her name? I don't
Devin
know.
Dakota, otherwise known as Anika.
Yeah, Anika. Yeah. So is that how? Is that how she meets her in? Is that what we're thinking?
Oh yeah, without
100%.
a doubt.
Yeah, it's just
How do you stories up, guys?
How do you feel about that though? Like, are you disappointed in that spot of the trailer though? Like, because I mean, that basically showed us her death.
Yeah,
we didn't see it though. We didn't actually see it.
What's gonna happen? She's gonna fall and land on a random spike in the middle of an alley. Like, she's probably falling. And
I don't know.
There's another Ghostface down there that just catches her.
What if Chad's like really into the javelin? Okay. Hear me out on this, okay? Just hold on. Hear me out for 2 seconds. He's into the javelin. He throws it into a trash can because he's like, "Fuck this! Ghostface is coming after me." And later on, oh boy, this is all set up for Devin Dakota falling off directly onto that thing, which is for some reason protruding straight up into the sky. There you go. See, you wouldn't see that coming from the trailer. You wouldn't see that coming.
Final Destination scream.
If that happens, that would be ridiculous.
Like Chad's just standing there, like with the javelin, everybody come on, go, and then she just falls, and he runs out the way, and as the javelin's falling, she just lands on it.
Dang.
Yeah.
Perfect
See,
timing.
You would never know about the javelin if in the trailer. Never would have known about that.
What do you guys think about Chad's little fight sequence in it? It's quick, it's brief, but he's clearly taking on Ghostface in the shrine room, and you also see Mrs. Loomis's ensemble.
Yep.
Yeah. So.
Yep. Obviously, that last confrontation. Well, I don't know if it's the last. I'm gonna call it for now, I guess. Where remember we saw the back-to-back shot,
Yeah.
Well, this trailer gives us a side view, which is nice. So we actually see the Debbie Salt outfit there. We see the Stu television next to Sam, and then we see that one Ghostface figure in front of Sam on the floor level. So they're not on the stage. They're on the floor right below the stage. And then Tara's looking at somebody who she screams at, "Come get me, MFer." And so we know there's two.
At least, yeah.
At least two guys. That's a definite. Although we probably already knew that anyway. Some people were going around saying we're hoping for one killer. That you can limit. You can shoot that theory out. Yeah. It's done. There's at least two. I think there's three. I'm still sticking with my 3 theory. But yeah, man, is Chad? I think Chad's going to come out on the top. I think what's interesting in that scene is we don't see Mindy anywhere.
Yeah,
Chad and the Carpenters.
Ooh.
Yeah. I mean, is he Deputy Dewey coming to save the day?
Maybe.
You know what I mean? Like maybe that because it's in the shrine room, right? So he's there, and so maybe that's how they're taking. Because was Sam holding a brick in the version you saw?
Yes, it's a brick.
Okay, yeah. What I want to know is she really holding a brick, or did they just edit that for censorship? Because there is that one scene where she's clearly holding a knife in the same sequence, and then later on she's holding the gun. So, like, she's gonna go fight Ghostface with a brick, which would be kind of funny, but like,
that would be awesome. Brick fight, man.
I just feel like that shot is like censored because it's a teaser for another thing, and it's so I don't know. I mean, maybe it's not, but maybe they went the brick route rather than like a bloody knife, and
maybe because they showed the shotgun earlier in him, which that one shot where he's pumping it, and the shells coming out looks awesome. So they wouldn't be censoring it for a gun.
Yeah,
but maybe
it's
also blood.
But that's what I'm saying. Like a bloody knife might be different than because like I don't know. It just interesting, or maybe she really is fighting with a brick. I mean, that's possible. I wouldn't mind it. It's just kind of funny. Like I was just like, really, she's about to go jack up Ghostface with a brick. But I mean, it's better to have a brick than nothing, right?
I don't want to get hit with a brick on the head.
Yeah,
I wish I had a shirt that said that. It's better to have a brick than nothing.
New Lethal Collective merch coming soon.
All bricked up.
Well, I want to say something else too. Yeah. Based on the original trailer, we were all speculating how. And again, we're just playing fun with what the footage we have, right? Yeah. And at that time, we had the back-to-back shot, and then we had the balcony shot where Tara's hanging off, and then we see Sam flying. Obviously, someone shoved her off the balcony backwards. We all assumed, I think, based on the information we had, that was all happening upstairs. Like that back-to-back scene, and they're going to fall off, and they're going to have a big fight. Turns out that's not the case because this back-to-back scene is on the ground floor of the shrine. So that whole balcony scene either happens after that, like it leads to that, or it happened before that, and that's how they got downstairs. Yeah, maybe. Could be that.
Yeah, could have been a push. Maybe that's why they're all like tore up, all beat up.
Yeah.
Maybe they landed on something. I mean, it looks like a long fall though.
I'm gonna say, how do you hop up from that?
She looks like she's falling, like falling. Like what is she landing in a? Like there's just some random stacked mattresses.
Javelins.
Like
I'm not letting it go. I'm kidding.
Well, you know what? Something else we're not going to let go. Oh, your amazing generosity, guys. Look at here. Colby with a $20 super chat. What is so generous, Colby? Thank you, man. Says nothing better after a long week of work than hanging out with the guys, hanging out with you guys. Happy to be listening. Can start Friday night off with getting up Stu style. Yeah. You know what? Colby, for your $20 super chat, my friend, we aim to please at the Lethal Collective. We appreciate you guys. And if you want to get up your Friday night with a little Stu, get it up. Who are we to say no to that, man? So, ladies and gentlemen, get it on!
Yeah! I'm ready, baby! Get up!
Colby.
Get up!
Get it up.
Get up!
Yeah.
Get up! It was fun.
Yeah,
man. That's how you start your Friday night, Colby. Thank you so much, man. Thank you for your generous super chat. That's awesome.
Very kind of you.
Thank you.
But
did you? Hey, Craven, got a shot in the dark question for you about Mr. Stuther Mocker, Stewart, our boy. Did you see the dead meat kill count? He recounted Scream. I was just curious your thoughts on that, if you saw it or not.
I haven't seen it. No.
So he counted Stu as being dead. I don't know.
Yeah. That makes sense. I mean, because I think for the best path for it to work is that he's perceived dead by everybody anyway. So yeah, no, that's cool. That's all right.
Now there's more to it than just it's not just some lowly YouTuber. This, you know what I'm saying? Like this is a guy who was a part of the Scream 5 production saying that too. Yeah. Just saying. I mean, I know. Listen, I know. Just a cameo appearance. I know.
Well,
but still, I'm just saying, man.
Rock on, brother. Rock it on.
They know what we don't. Look,
they know what we don't.
At the end of the day, Stu isn't coming back, but this is going to be a very good movie.
Oh, he's not coming back in 6. I agree.
Yeah, this is going to be happening. But I just, I like the TV spot. I like that we're getting that. They're having one for the Super Bowl, which is awesome because now you're going to be in front of I wonder if that's why we didn't get a crazy marketing campaign because Super Bowl ads are like $3.5 million or something like that.
More than that, I think, dude.
Yeah. So maybe that's why. Maybe they put their budget into the Super Bowl ad, which makes sense. I mean, you're getting in front of 100 million people.
It worked for Monster.com.
Yeah.
That's how they got their whole company back in the day. With one Super Bowl ad they did that year, blew up. Boom.
I mean, you're just in front of so many people, so I can see that. But with the whole, the sequence, because that's what we're touching on is, so clearly you have Sam and Tara. They're about to take on Ghostface, brick style, and then you have Chad that appears to be in the shrine room fighting. So here's the question. One, is that a clue that there's 3 killers? Chad's fighting one, Sam and Tara are fighting the other. That could be something.
It could be.
Or 2, maybe Sam or Tara get wounded. Chad comes to save the day, fights off that one Ghostface. Because he's like grabbing stuff and throwing it at him and stuff. So, but also 4, I guess, is that does that mean not necessarily that Chad lives, but that he's at least towards the end of the movie? Because one, because but here's the point, the points that are coming through my mind is that one, you have the shrine room clearly in several scenes. We're gonna be there. I mean, at the very least, you have it when Gail likely finds it with the key card and stuff. You have it when everybody shows up. You have it when, and then you have it for the third act. So you're at least getting 3, if not more. I imagine there's probably a handful of those shots. So the reason I lean personally towards that scene of Chad in the shrine room fighting is towards the end of the movie, because how many sequences are there going to be fight scenes in that shrine room? I'd imagine probably just the end scene, unless Chad goes there by himself for whatever reason, or maybe he gets lured there. Maybe hey, it's Sam. It's Sam. I need you to come meet me in that shrine room. I really need your help. Blah blah blah. And then so he shows up and gets ambushed or something. Maybe. But what are your guys' thoughts? Because I actually wouldn't mind that if we got let's say he gets lured there, and is fighting off one Ghostface, and then that's how they reveal that there's 3 or several. Let's say he's fighting off one Ghostface, and then 2 others come out and just boom, boom, and he's they just brutally kill him. That would be pretty oh shoot, Jake, what do you got?
So I will say that when there's a shot in the first trailer that we got back last month or whatever, where it's Sam and Tara and they're running into another room, I'm assuming that's third act here, same scene. My guess there would be that you only see one Ghostface chasing after them, and we get that back-to-back shot where it's like Sam and Tara, and they're both assumably looking at ghost faces. So maybe Chad comes in, helps, tries to take down one of them. They're fighting while the Carpenter sisters go and run off and get chased by another ghost face. Maybe that takes them up to the balcony because we see a bunch of scenes up there. If it's them like holding each other off of the ledge or whatever, that could lead into that sequence. But to go off of your point a little bit about how many times are we going to go to the shrine, I feel like it's 3 scenes in total. Like, I feel like we're going to introduce it with that whole scene where they're all walking in there and Gail's like, it's a shrine, and all that. Okay, that's going to be our first scene probably. Maybe in Act 2, let's say. Then our totally our third act setting. You can't no way it's going to be anything cooler than that. Yeah. But then there's also this scene in the trailer, like a real quick little snippet too, where it's Dermot Mulroney and he's on the phone. And he's just kind of walking around around all of the Ghostface robes, like the 9 that are in the little semicircle. So I'm almost thinking, like, I know a lot of us are speculating he might be the killer, but now I'm starting to think, what if he stays behind while everyone leaves for some reason and he gets a call? Like, he's a cop, so of course he'll stay behind by himself, whatever. He gets a call. He gets killed in a crazy sequence and then cuts back to whatever they're doing. They get back there possibly via subway. Maybe, and then you have your whole chase and fight at the end in the third act. So that's kind of my guess right now. But not 100% on that.
Also, one thing, and then Craven, I want to hear your thoughts on it. But one more thing that I should add, in that shot with Chad though, he doesn't look. He's wearing a white hoodie, right? Yep. And so, like, if that was towards the end of the film, don't you think by now it would be all bloody and dirty and because unless he just had time to go change before the third act. But based on what Radio Silence has told us, this is supposed to be like a bam, 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 bam type movie. Like, just keeps going. So, and he's wearing the same white hoodie we see him in earlier in the film.
Yep.
You would imagine that if he's getting chased by Ghostface this whole movie, he's trying to keep everyone alive. He's running through the city of New York. He's dirty. He's filthy. He's bloody. Got blood all over. And that looks like a crisp, clean, fresh white hoodie. Like, it looks like it just straight off the store rack. And he has it on when he's fighting. So it's another reason why. I mean, granted, it's a quick split-second shot and he's like turned this way. So maybe if he turns back, maybe it is all bloody and stuff. But it was just something that was interesting. I was looking at it. I was like, this looks like this is too clean for this to be like the end of, or what you'd imagine is like the end of the movie. He's like running through, the high rises and stuff. So anyway, what are your thoughts, Craven?
Yeah, I actually do think it's 3 scenes also, because you have that one big group scene where, like you said earlier, it's Gail, Kirby's there, Dermot's there, Jack Champion's there. I mean, that whole group almost is like there to see in this place. And so I think that is the initial thing. And then we had that interesting scene where Sam is by herself. And even in the new trailer, this TV spot, we got to see a new shot of her walking up the steps by herself onto the stage. Now, granted, it could still be that same initial meeting. That could all be together. But I get a feeling that Dermot's scene is different as well. That has a different feel to it because they're all there together. All of a sudden, he's on that stage by himself with the phone call and his gun out. So I think that is a different scene as well. I don't think Dermot is actually involved. I'm calling him as a red herring. Yeah, I think he's red herring all the way. One thing I want to point out, and again, I know this is limited information because they're only showing us snippets, but we've only seen in terms of like fighting, we've only at the shrine only we've only seen Chad, Sarah, Tara, Sam, and Chad. And what's interesting is there's no Josh Segarra. Well, or maybe there is Josh Segarra, but he's the one they're fighting. But he's not there out of costume anyway, if he is a killer. And nobody else for that matter, I guess you could really say. It's interesting that they're like purposely not showing us anyone else there. So like if there were other people like Jack Champion or Josh, they're not showing them, or even Kirby. The Kirby gun, I think, is a huge clue that they showed us in that first trailer.
Real quick, just to also add, is Jack Champion's the one that's wearing the flannel, right?
Yes.
So
Yes,
every
he is.
killer has worn flannel. Like that was the big
Yes.
clue. That was like one of the big things that everyone highlighted with Jack, or not Jack, Richie. That Richie was wearing flannel every time it's been a killer. Jill, Billy, they all wear flannel. So it's just something
Derek
else.
is the only exception. Derek wore flannel, and they did not make him the
They
killer.
did not kill him. Yeah.
But everyone
He was
else,
originally though.
well, originally, yes,
Yeah. But
everyone else, you're right. It wears flannel, is a killer, and of course, I love how they put Tara in that same striped shirt that Jill wore.
Yeah.
And 4, it's like almost identical. But yeah, that's interesting. That's an interesting point too.
Yeah.
So, and I could totally see Josh being in that tactical kind of.
He's got the size on him too. He's not like a small, like he's a good size guy.
He's got a pretty good build. And I was looking at that one today when they show the pump shotgun in the bodega. Just look at the. I know there's obviously it's a robe, could be a bulletproof vest, but still look at the size of this person. It is a big guy. This is a large guy, and I know it's a stunt man. I get all that, but I'm just saying I would buy that though, being Josh. Like I wouldn't be like, oh come on. I'd be like, oh yeah, all right, that's legit. And now if you notice that picture of the back-to-back shot, you get a better look in this one of the Ghostface. They look a little small. I don't know if you guys noticed that or not. If you just, it's more of a slimmer frame than the one that wears the old mask. And by the way, the one that Sam's facing is a new mask. That's not an aged mask. So it's one of the accomplices, I think, of the old OG mask person. So just an observation. That could be Jack Champion. Although, I mean, it's got to be somebody, right? One of these people has to be the killer. So, but Henry Zerny, guys. That's what I'm gonna say, and I'll shut up. Henry Zerny, I'm sticking with this as my final prediction. He's the mastermind behind this deal. I'm just going with it, and I hope I'm wrong. I love to be. This is the one time I like to be wrong in a Degree movie. But what do you think, Jake? Do you think Henry Zerny's behind? Are you with me on that train, or are you feeling something different?
I think I am kind of with you on that. I'm 100% sure it's Josh Segarra behind the cracked mask. Like I'm like 100%. Like dude, his name is Danny Brackett. Like there is so many little things to pull from that name. He has played a character who's a psychopath hooded killer before. He would be a perfect like badass Ghostface. So there's not a doubt in my mind that it's not him. But I could see that being the way to do 3 killers, is to have this mastermind, the silent partner who's kind of running the show, kind of like your Mrs. Loomis, but almost have it be like where you have 2 muscles, like the brawn is from like Jack Champion and your Josh Segarra. So that's how you could do the 3 killer route. I don't think that would be too bad. I don't see Jack Champion being a killer personally. I don't know. I don't know why. I see a lot of people suspicious of him right now. But if there is to be 3 killers, that would be my 3: Henry Zerny, Josh Segarra, and Jack Champion. As of right now, that's what I'm thinking. But who knows?
Do you have here's the thing though, is that Mrs. Loomis, right? She was the mastermind, obviously, but she also donned the mask and killed Randy.
She did.
Do they go that route with this person, where maybe he just wants to be the one to kill Sam, right? So maybe that's why they don't kill Sam.
Well, my thinking with that though is that I don't like, if you're gonna do 3 killers, don't just do 3 killers. Like, give me a reason as to why are all 3 of these people involved? Like, you can typically tell like what the role was of all the characters, like in all your Ghostface killers. That is like Jill and Charlie. Like, I think have a very specific relationship that it's like, oh, it makes sense why they're both here. If there's 3 killers, make it all make sense. Explain it and show me all of their roles that was putting all of this crazy nonsense together. You know what I mean? So like, I don't want it to just be like a bunch of crazy nonsense. Make it all work. Make it all organized, and like there's a reason for it, opposed to just, oh, we're doing 3 killers because that's never been done before. Like, have a point to it. You know, you can write that, make it interesting.
Well, I'm thinking Henry Zerny is a doctor. He's a psychiatrist. He's an older guy in his 60s, so he's been making a good amount of money for a long time. Who better to be your backer, your funder of the shrine? He's got the bank wallet for it. And if it is a cult setting, he's the perfect cult leader. There's no perfect cult leader than someone trained in psychology.
Yeah.
I mean, if you think about it, that's the guy you want. But even if it's not a cult, he could still be manipulating people. I mean, Josh could be a patient for all we know, and that he's manipulated into this role to help him.
I mean, maybe he started the Dreaded thread.
Maybe.
You know what I mean? Maybe started the Dreaded thing and found all these people. Like, I mean, like the whole thing, like Mrs. Loomis found Mickey on a serial killer website.
Right.
So,
Exactly.
like who's to say that, the therapist didn't, find these people on this thing, and now he's got Sam so he can start manipulating her and control. I'm curious to see what the dialogue is going to be. Because if he's just like your normal therapist and he's just standing there and he's just like, yeah, so tell me about yourself and it's no big deal. But if he's like, maybe you could find ways to express yourself and get into those killer urges and da-da-da-da-da. Like, how did you feel? And like really starts highlighting or like starts pressing about like her being Billy's daughter. If he's like, so why don't you go into your father a little more? Like, what do you know about him? Like, how did you feel when you found out? Like, if he really starts hitting on like the serial killer side of Sam, then I think it's going to be a lot more like, okay, like he's involved. But if it's something where he's just kind of like, back and forth, like just normal psychiatrist stuff.
Yeah.
Then I think it'll be kind of like, okay, like I don't really see it. I just think it's going to come down to the dialogue, which I'm glad. I don't want them to really necessarily give us that dialogue yet. Wait till we get to the movie. But
yeah. Well, this is something we want to get to now without making you guys wait any longer. Are your awesome super chats that have been coming in? Carrie, thank you so much. Hey, my boys, great seeing you on a Friday stream. Love, thank you, Carrie. That's so generous of you.
Thank you.
All right, Jake, you want to take the next one here, buddy?
Yeah, from Jen Warner. Thank you for the $5. We all really appreciate that so much. Saying, despite the frigid temps today, I am in a great mood and so happy to be here with you all. Well, we're happy to be. We're happy that you're here, Jen. Thank you. Thanks for being here.
I hope we're keeping you warm
with the sounds of our voices.
Yes. Keeping you warm on the inside. That's right.
To the sound of my voice.
All right, Fate, you take this one.
All right. Thoughts on Roman's voice changer coming back to Scream 6 or 7? If I'm a Ghostface killer in the Scream universe, I'm definitely getting that. So we've actually talked about that before, which I think is really interesting and something that they could really like play into. It makes more sense now than it ever has before. Like the big problem with like Scream, which we do know how he was able to create it, which made more sense, which is why I wish that they left that scene in the movie because it would have made more sense to that. But now we have all kinds of stuff. Like we have, was it Natural Reader? Is a website where it basically will read whatever you want it to do. It'll translate stuff and do all that stuff in whatever voice you want. So so we have the technology, we have the software now. So it wouldn't be far fetched for a ghost box changer to do something like that in today's time. Problem was back in 2003 or whatever, it was like, it's a little hard to get behind, year 2000. So I wouldn't mind it at all. I think it would be kind of cool. Be nice to add that to that. If I had to guess, they're probably not. They'll probably just keep it straightforward, but you never know.
I could see it being a Easter egg in the shrine. Like it's just like it's just in a glass case or something somewhere, and someone looks at it. It's like, oh, what's this? I could see that. I don't think I'd want to see them reutilize it for a whole nother movie, though. Personally.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna be the one that's a little different. I love the Ghostface changer from 3. Always have, and I would personally be okay if they did some kind of an update. Made it a little like not exactly the same.
Modern.
Modernized it somehow and maybe tricked it out or something. I don't know what you would do. I have to think about it, but. Personally, I would have no problem with it just because I thought it was, and we don't want to rip off Wes Craven's idea either, like, verbatim, but that's what I'm saying. Modify it, make it a little different. But I love the idea, and I still do, of you getting a phone call and you think you're talking to someone you trust, and it's someone who's got your worst intentions at heart. And that's a terrifying thought for anybody, all of us. I mean, really think about it in your real life. It could happen. It would be horrifying. And I just love that idea and always have. So for those reasons, Radioactive, I would like to see it back. So, and if I'm a Ghostface killer, I'm finding someone who made that and says, make me one.
Do that.
Do that right there. Thank you for your super chat. And C-Mel says with a $2 super chat, thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
No Randy memorabilia in the shrine. Odd. Well,
there might be.
There could be, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure we haven't seen the entire thing. We're just kind of getting like clips and pieces of it, little like shots of things like behind. I'm sure there's like all kinds of stuff like Randy stuff, and other things just kind of scattered there. Other victims. It might be stuff like we've seen Tatum's stuff, so I imagine that they have a little bit of everything. So,
you know what? And actually, now that real quick, this ties right in. This America First, this actually is correct, and I didn't even think about that until I read this. In that new TV spot, there is a mannequin that, and I just can't believe I didn't remember until now. There is a mannequin next. If you look at the shot with I think it's with Sam and Tara, and you see the Kenny's hat on backwards on that mannequin, the one next to them, they're in a long sleeve shirt. And it's got writing on the left chest up here, and it matches, as best I can tell, it matches Randy's shirt that he wore in the video store as an employee when he's pushing the cart. So, America First, you are 100% correct. There is Randy representation in the shrine, and it's in the new trailer. So
yeah, just the like black long sleeve.
The black long sleeve, that's the one, and it's got that writing on the left pocket. Yeah, up in the chest. That if you do a screenshot of Randy in the movie store at the cart when Stu walks up, it's exactly the same shirt, the long sleeve black shirt with the writing in the same spot.
Everybody's a suspect.
That's a cool Easter egg. Hell yeah!
Isn't that cool? That's awesome. So America First, thank you for that. I can't believe I just did a video on this thing and I totally missed it. But it's definitely in there. Let's see. All right, Jake.
Carrie's throwing $2 in there. Thank you, Carrie. Saying 100% bets are on Josh Segarra as cracked mask Ghostface. Let's say crack Ghostface. I like that. Crack face. Ugh. Yeah. I don't know how you guys feel about this, but I'm pretty much at 100% with Josh Segarra. I don't see it being anybody else. I mean, dude, you named him Danny Brackett. That was the last nail in the coffin for me personally. Like Brackett, you got your Halloween last name, and you named him Danny after the Dead by Daylight killer, who the whole point of that Ghostface is to be this badass, like gets away with it every single time and writes about his own murders and shit. So I feel like we could be playing into that a little bit here with the Fun World version of Ghostface. What do you guys think about that though?
Yeah, somebody brought that to my attention too, and I didn't because I have never played Death by Daylight. But somebody was like, they were like, his name is the same as Death by Daylight. You got the reference, and I was like, oh, that's interesting.
Yeah,
because I mean, maybe this is going to be their version of that character.
Well, bringing that into the canon,
And again, I never played the game, but it seems from what I've heard, and I do know a couple people that have played it. It sounds like that. If whenever you're Ghostface in this game, he's like really brutal and tactical and like kick and tail, right? Basically. Yeah. And what do we see here in this aged masked Ghostface? We've all talked about it in the bodega. This is someone who's like not taking any S from anybody and whooping tail.
Yeah.
And so it makes sense. And now that I know the character's name is Danny, which I did not know either, that's interesting, Jake. I think that's almost that's almost too much writing on the wall for us there to let us know. And it makes sense that it's him, though. We've all said that. Like, he's been a villain before. He's a well-known actor. And he's got the physique, which and again, I will praise Radio Silence all day long for casting someone that's believable in the role of Ghostface in terms of that type of Ghostface, I mean. Yeah. Because if you're making this person that tactical, that in control, and it's little 18-year-old Jack Champion, none of us are going to buy it. We're just not. But if it's Jack Segarra, oh yeah, okay. I'm down with that. So I'm with you, Carrie. Fate, what do you think, man? Same thing?
I mean, it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not really many other options from what we've seen either.
Right.
Like so it's kind of boiling down to either the detective, unless it is just like a left field thing where it is Kirby and some, but even then there's got to be somebody else. There's got to be somebody.
Yeah.
Kirby's not the one that's wearing that cracked Ghostface mask, so
No.
it's got to be a sizable male, and Segura's the one that makes the most sense. So
I think so. All right, Fate, you want to take our next
Colby,
super chat?
thank you for the $10 super chat. You're awesome. I appreciate that.
Thank you, Colby.
Appreciate it. I just hope Ghostface talks in Roger L. Jackson's voice in person. We only got one scene in Scream 5 like that. We'd love to see it more of it. Also, make the most brutal badass Ghostface yet. I am with that. And based on everything Radio Silence has said, that's what this is supposed to be. Ghostface is supposed to be darker, more intense, more brutal. Just no nonsense. I mean, from what we've gotten of Ghostface looks that way, right? No nonsense, just like to the point, about to wreck some stuff. So I really do think that we'll get that. And then the whole, Roger Jackson's voice, like it'd be nice to have that, like at least for the intro, like the, hello Sam, like whatever, or not the intro, the third act, have like the hello Sam name. Like, I could see that. What about you guys?
I think that's the big reason why I'm against the voice changer from 3, because it would mean less Roger Jackson voice, and I don't know. I guess I like having a lot of that. I loved in Scream 5. We got so much of him, and it was great. We got some really iconic lines from him throughout that. I still like, sometimes when I wake up in the morning, I go to the bathroom, I splash some water on my face, and I just look in the mirror and I say, Sheriff Judy. Like, I just say that to myself all the time. It's hilarious. It's it's fantastic. I'm really looking for more of that here. I don't know. I guess I love his voice, man. It's great. It's iconic. Want to see more of it here.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, no, I agree. I from everything we've seen, again, I know it's not very much, thankfully. Actually, I'm glad for that. But what they have chosen to show us with this Ghostface in Gail's apartment, he's in control. He seems very a lot more brutal. In the bodega, I mean, come on, man, that is like tactical skill. That's not the first time he's engaged in combat, in a rumble with somebody. You can tell, and I think that we're going to get that. So I'm going in expecting for us to talk about on Lethal Collective that Friday, Jake. I think we're going to say, "Whoa, this Ghostface is very different than what we've seen in the past. They've really elevated it. At least that." Maybe not the side ones, but like the main one, the aged mask, whoever the Josh, we're going to say Josh, the Josh Ghostface. and again, I love the idea of Henry Segura, not to rabbit trail off, but being in control of this thing, guiding it, manipulating these guys. And as far as Roger L. Jackson, I mean, I'm so happy he signed on. I mean, if they ever do a Scream movie, and I'm sure one day, well, obviously if he's passed away, they'd have to. But as long as he's alive and can speak, he better be Ghostface. That's all I got to say about that. I mean, I don't care if we're Scream 20, Jake. I want Roger L. Jackson, being the voice. So thank you, Colby, for your generous super chat.
We appreciate it. Thank you
very much.
We really do.
And before I go into a coughing spell, Jake, would you help me out here with this one, please? Thank you.
Of course. ZZM, I can see you're a Buckeye, which I appreciate. Throwing $5 in there, saying, I don't care what anyone says. Melissa as Sam looks absolutely bad to the bone in these new trailers. Yes, I'm glad I'm not the only one who thinks that. And it's also saying, and I'm a fan regardless where they go with this one. I could not agree more, ZZM. I think I'm so excited to see Sam especially. She's probably the one returning character that I'm oddly the most excited to see in this one. I think we're going to flesh out her character a little more, and she's going to be even more of a badass final girl this time around. But what do you guys think about this?
Absolutely. I do. I think she looks great. Even like the like one of the big things that people didn't like about her in Scream 5 was like sort of the stoicness, but like the shots we've gotten, you see a little more expression, you see a little more range, which is good. And I hope they kind of let her branch out a little bit. Give us some different levels of those things. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how she's portrayed in this version, and I hope they give her justice. I hope they give her an opportunity to like really shine. We got to start developing these characters better, especially if we're moving off of like the Sydneys, the Gales, the Deweys. We need characters that really hit. So
Yeah, 100%. I'm very excited to see how they're going to do what they're going to do for her as well. I want to see, because you guys all know my feelings about the character of Sam, and and my disappointments with some of the performance in that role. So I'm really hoping that this one will, I'm going in really open minded. I'm rooting for her, because I want her to, I want to be able to be talking about saying, we always talk about arc, right? We talk about the original movies.
Yeah.
We're like, look at the arc of Sam, of Gail, and all of them, Nev, the whole 9 yards, and you see this arc and growth and this, I want to see that for her. I want us to be able to say, wow, they really took a step forward as a character and let her really come out of her shell and shine more. Those are the things I'm rooting for. I want to see it. And if it's not there, I'll call it out and say, I don't think it's there, but I hope it is. And I'm rooting for this role to grow from where we were. I do not want to see her a carbon copy of 5 Sam. I'll be disappointed. I just will. You've got to grow the character, and I think Tara is going to grow. I'm expecting her to go by and she was already great in the limited scenes she was in. I think this now, having her a chance to see her really act and get out and run around, and I'm expecting her to just blow the roof off the place.
Yeah.
So excited for that. So yeah, man. And then of course Kirby, I'm excited to see Hayden back. It's been a long time, man. And I hope that she's dusted off the, blowing all the dust off, swept off the dust, and just let her rip, and let's see what we get from her. I'm excited. So to me, there's a lot to look forward to. I know there's more to see about Sam, but I think overall there's a lot to be excited about for this movie in terms of the casting and characters. And I know Samara's gone in the first. I know she's gonna be the opening kill. I don't really know. I just feel it, and that's sad. But Jake, you and I talked before Scream 5, and we both were saying how much we wanted Samara Weaving in 5. We're like, could you imagine? We were all just like Google going about if they could get her in it. Of course, it didn't happen. Well, we got her now, so we're gonna enjoy it, right? Whether it's 20 minutes, 15 minutes, she's gonna rock it. I can tell you that. Whatever her scenes are.
Yeah, I don't see her making it too far into this. She's got to be the opening kill, man. I mean, we get one scene of her in the trailer, and it's her on the phone in an alleyway, and we know that other picture of Ghostface in the same alleyway is from the opening scene. Like, yeah. I don't know what to tell you, man. I'm like, this is she's our opening kill. If it's gonna be somebody though, it's got to be somebody pretty big like that. So I'm like, okay, this is a really good choice. This is a really good choice for an opening kill, but in my heart, I would have loved to have seen Samara Weaving as a Ghostface killer personally, though. I think she would have been great as like a lead killer, but it doesn't seem like that's going to be the case here.
Yeah.
That's a wrap. That's a wrap on her.
that's a wrap on her time in Scream, but that's okay. It's going to be good. It's going to kick ass.
What made it worse too was that the outfit that we see her in when she's in the alley is the same outfit she showed backstage.
Yeah.
Remember? The only image we have of Samara backstage behind the scenes filming is wearing that outfit.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh no, there it is. Yeah,
she's a goner.
She's a goner. She came in for that one scene and that's it. So
and she got there after everybody, and so yeah.
But that's all right. It's gonna, we all suspect it would be probably be her, but we'll enjoy her wherever we get. I'm sure she'll do a great job, and I think she'll fight back. I don't want them to do a Vince kill though. I hope they don't do a little pop to the neck and she just falls down. I really want to see, because she can engage and fight. So
have an actual sequence.
Yeah. And what's interesting is tomorrow night I'm going to be interviewing Jacqueline Gertz, who's Samara Weaving's stunt double in Snake Eyes and Ash versus Evil Dead.
Nice.
And so I'm going to ask her tomorrow night, any chance you're Samara Weaving's stunt double in Scream 6? I'll see if I can get any information tomorrow night from her about it, but I'll let you know if I do. But she'll go out with a bang, I think. So we'll see. Yeah. Oh, did you see one last thing about this new TV trailer? I wish I had an image. I could probably upload it real quick and put it on the screen. There's the last shot, one of the very last shots before we go to the subway footage. There is an image of, and I'm looking it up right now on my computer. There's an image of Ghostface in the alley, same one where we just talked about where Samara's at. Okay, yeah, here we go. I'm uploading it now. Let me just give you 2 seconds, and I'll be able to show you versus trying to describe it with my verbal skills. Here we go. It's uploading. This was a new one, guys, and I haven't seen anyone talking about it yet. Of course, the thing just came out. Look at this shot. Ghostface has tape. That is a strip of like packing tape, clear tape. And he's obviously looking down at a victim on the ground. What in the heck is going on here, guys? Ghostface is rocking out tape. Is he going to tape someone's mouth? That's a huge strip. This is something I'm like, wait, what is that? And I blew it up, and sure enough, it's clear tape, like shipping label tape.
I don't know. That's interesting. Is it? Are you sure that that's tape though?
Yeah, I can't really tell what it is. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah,
I think it is. I mean, the best
because at the top it looks like it's dark. You know what I mean? Like,
well, it's because it's see through. The brick behind it's the same.
But you'd
color.
be able to. Wouldn't you be able to see the clear throughout though? Like whatever it is definitely see through because you can see Ghostface's.
Yeah, his
face,
mask is all. Yeah.
Yeah, like it almost looks like you can make an argument that it's almost like a car windshield.
Oh, wow. Looking at it like that now. Okay.
Yeah. Like look to the left. It looks like it's like like the body of the car almost, and you're like, and it's just the angle looks like you're getting the side of the car and then part of the windshield. So maybe somebody runs Ghostface over.
Dude, okay, all right. You know what, man? Look, and I know it's hard to see on this screen. On the top left, look at the far left up there. I thought that was a robe ribbon. That's his hand. He's got his hand up in the air holding. If you download this, and I can send it to you, you can really blow it up and see it clearly. He is literally holding up something with his right hand, or his right hand left to us. That like you say, a windshield or something. He's got it up in the air, and he's obviously holding it with his left hand at the bottom. So it is like a plate of glass or something.
Yeah, it almost looks like as if he got hit by a car. You know what I mean? Like, and he's like on top of the hood, and his arm is towards the windshield.
Dude, what if that's a shot inside a cab or something?
Yeah,
and they just hit him, and he's on the hood right there, literally.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Samara Weaving's trying to get away, and he jumps on the car or something. Ooh.
Yes.
Yeah, because that's what it looks more to me like that than it does. Like
that's a great observation, dude.
Yeah.
Okay, what if it's Tony Revolori like driving the cab, and then he gets roped into the opening kill or something?
Oh no. Yeah. He's like, hey, can I use your bathroom while I'm here?
Right.
Oh wow. Okay, you know what? I'm 90, I won't go 100. I'm 90% sure, based on our discussion, that is a car windshield. He is on a hood. He's laying on a hood. Yeah. Dude.
I wear glasses for a reason. So.
They're working, dude. Maybe I need to buy some. That's awesome.
Jake just wears them for aesthetic look, I guess.
These aren't real, yeah. No.
There's not even glass in there, I don't think.
No.
Yeah.
Well, dude, what do you think about that? That's kind of me. That's kind of exciting. We just
I do. I think it looks like a car. I just think the angle's weird. It almost, like I said, it looks like the camera's like to the side, like almost like as if the person was like, leaning against the car taking the shot. So it's just like the angle is like it's just this weird angle. That'd
be cool to do a chase scene that ends in a car. You know,
Yeah.
I'm down for that.
That would be cool. So yeah, that's my guess. Is that that's probably a car or something along those lines. Joel's in the cab.
Joel's still in the cab from Windsor.
Joel's came to save the day.
I love that.
And
Who do you
then,
think is going to be the cameo, like, for real? Like, who do you think is going to be that secret cameo? Because, like, my first thought was, like, maybe they're bringing Billy, you know, like, Skeet Ulrich back again. But I don't think they would, like, why would they keep that a secret, though?
I don't
you
think
know?
I don't think they would. Yeah.
I still think it's Jill. Not coming back as not coming back as a character. I don't think she's going to come back as a character, but I think they're going to have some sequence with Kirby, and I mean we got what looks to be Kirby's house from Scream 4, and you know, and I think that there were even rumors like 4 months ago now that Emma Roberts was on set. There was rumors about that she like shot a quick scene when they were in the back lots, when they were in this, not out on the street, when they were in the things. There were rumors that she was there, but I just kind of thought it was people making stuff up. But I don't know, maybe it is. And you have Kirby. The Radio Silence said that made a point to mention Scream 4. They were saying like,
yes, they did.
This has to do with all the Scream movies, especially Scream 4. They could have just left it at, you know, Scream movies. So I think it's something like, it's going to be something that either Kirby's the killer and they're going to tie it in to make it make sense, to where maybe there's like a scene where Jill and Kirby are talking and we're just, you know, like, oh yeah, like, you know, don't let anyone know that it's me type thing, you know, whatever. Like, and like I'll be your alibi type thing. And maybe she didn't know that Charlie, I mean, also, because you can make it make a lot of sense. Go on, Ghostface tonight. You can make it make a lot of sense too, because like Kirby could have known about Jill, and maybe Charlie didn't know that Kirby knew, because they were best friends, you know. So maybe Charlie went to kill Kirby because he didn't know that she was the alibi or whatever, because Jill had plans to betray Charlie. So there's a lot of ways that you could twist it and make it make sense if you wanted to. But I kind of lean towards it being potentially Jill. I think we're going to get some sort of flashback or just like some quick sequence that explains like how we got, because we still need an explanation of how Kirby lived. Now, granted, you could do that through dialogue, but why not do a quick little, you know, 20-second scene that's visual? Just a thought.
Well, and I'll say this to tag on to that. Chris from Discover Montreal did let me know, did verify that Emma Roberts was in Montreal.
Yeah.
During the filming time for at least a brief period. And we also know, because the images he got to me, that they built a full-size house replica in a soundstage at Mel's with a wraparound front porch that very much reminds you of Kirby's house, the same front porch design, everything. And so I'm kind of expect to see a flashback scene for Kirby's house. And I think you're right. I think Emma Roberts will probably be the celebrity cameo that is going to be in it.
Brief scene, brief moment.
Real brief, short scene.
Yeah,
yep.
It'll just be something real quick, but everyone will go, oh, you know, something like that.
Now, I hate to be a contrarian, but to go back to something that Edge Brown said at 7:01 p.m., talking a little bit about Heather Langenkamp, our Nancy from Nightmare on Elm Street, another big Wes Craven property. I don't know if you guys saw this picture. I want to say it was a couple of months ago, but it was the Radio Silence guys, and they're hanging out at like some party or something, and they're with Heather Langenkamp, and it's like,
that's right.
What are they all doing there? What's going on? You know, it makes you wonder about that. Maybe she has a little 2 seconds, you know, or something, kind of talking to our characters. I don't know. That would be fun. I would love to see her in a Scream movie.
I would love to see that. I'd love to see that cameo, but a couple things about that. One, she has like a special effects company or something like that.
Yeah. Her and her husband.
Yeah. So I mean, that could be it. But also two, they've kind of made this like cameo a point, and we love Heather, but she's not really like a hugely recognizable person. Not like to the level Emma Roberts. Like Emma Roberts is, you know, Julia Roberts' niece. She's been in a bunch of films, American Horror Story, movies, all kinds of stuff. She, I think, would be a bigger like, oh, that's her type thing, and it ties into Scream. rather than like Heather. Like we would love her; it'd be a nice Friday the 13th. But is she going? Are the masses going to see her and go, "Oh, it's Heather Langenkamp"? Oh, no way! I don't think so. If I'm being honest, like I don't. Although she was in the Midnight Society or whatever. So
The Midnight Club.
Yeah, Midnight Club. Which that was actually pretty good, by the way.
It was. I'm so sad that got canceled.
Did it? Did it get canceled?
It did, yeah.
Really?
Out of
That's
nowhere.
good.
Like
That
one
was
of the
good.
many. Netflix is just canceling shows left and right. All the good ones. I don't know what's going on,
Yeah.
man.
Well,
I got rid of the Netflix a month ago. I'm done
They
with it.
released a statement saying that they've never canceled a show that's done well.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
So maybe,
Inside Job, Midnight Club, and 1899 fans would disagree.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I mean, the Heather Langenkamp would be awesome for two things, because it would be number one, as far as in terms of for horror fans, she's iconic. She's Nightmare on Elm Street. She's Nancy. She's Nancy. I mean, it's Nancy from Friend. And secondly, it would be also like a double dip nod to Wes Craven, because that is Wes's final girl in Nightmare. And so it would be a way of, almost like having Wes's spirit in the movie in a different way. And I mean, you're just your casual mainstream moviegoer, your 18, 19, 20-year-old may not get it, but all of those who who understand horror and know horror and its history will all get it. And I mean, I think it's a cool thing, but I don't know. I think it's definitely a possibility. It could be her.
I mean, she could be in the film and not be the big secret character. She could have like a nice little cameo. I mean, look at it, like Scream '96 had all kinds of little cameo spots.
Well, Linda Blair was in it.
Yeah, Linda Blair, and she wasn't like nobody knew that. Like so yeah, it's just something to think about. But
yeah. All right, guys. Well, listen, we are about that time. This has been a great Friday afternoon with everyone. We're at 102 people still here in the chat. So everyone that's here, if you have not subscribed to the Lethal Collective, this is the place to do it. This is the place to do it right here, right now. As Fate would say, what would you say, Fate?
What are you doing?
That's right. Because we do this every single week. We get together. We talk horror, not just Scream. We talk, Scream obviously right now because it's about to come out. But we talk horror talk, and then we even have Monday Q&As where you guys can kind of lead the discussion a little bit, and we talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. So this is a place to come hang out and watch clips during the week while you're waiting on the live streams. And also, if you've not subscribed, we don't do this very often, but if you haven't subscribed to Killjoy Jake, Fate decided, which, by the way, Fate, let me be the first to say on the stream, congratulations, my friend, for breaking 9,000 subscribers.
Almost to 10K.
Give it up, man. Give it up for Fate. Come on,
yeah.
guys. Give it up, dude.
We're getting it.
You're getting it, man. I'm so proud of you.
900 only 966 more, and we're at 10K.
Nothing to it.
It's coming, dude.
Light work.
Yeah, easy cheesy at this point, man. So congratulations for that. So if you guys haven't subscribed to Jake or Fate Decided or the Night Watch Zone, we usually have a Night here with us if you're new tonight, who will be back with us on Monday. There's 4 of us, but check out his channel. Links in the description of this live stream. And my channel is Craving Something Scary. If you haven't checked it out, would love to see you over there as well. Lots of Scream coverage. So definitely check us all out. We'd much appreciate that as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, this has been great. Want to say a quick thank you to everyone who has given us generous super chats today. You guys were awesome. What a way to start February, with such generosity. It's very kind. Gentlemen, anything else you'd like to share? Jake, what do you got coming up, man? You're about to start streaming, aren't you?
Yeah, it's 7:30. I'm going live talking some more Scream. We got a brand new tweet from the account kind of targeting Kirby a little bit, so I kind of want to talk about if she lives or dies in this movie, what the possibility of that is with the new one. But come on by, drop your craziest Scream 6 theories, and we're going to talk about them. It's going to be a good time.
Yes. And Fate, what's cooking on, man? We got stuff cooking over As It Stands? What's going on, man?
Yeah, so I mean, just the usual stuff, growing the As It Stands channels and that little network. We got some exciting news today that should it's actually how I built the the whole success that I have with the sports channels was kind of started by Kyrie Irving when we got some new huge Kyrie Irving news. So I'm hoping for another huge spike in that channel. So that'll be awesome. But in general, I did a random live stream the other day on Fate Decided. I plan on doing more. I'm going to start getting in the swings and doing live streams again. So look forward to that. Also, Neil coming in hot with the $20.
$20. Wow. Thank you, Neil.
Chicken super chat.
That's awesome.
It's all right. Neil's got the egg money. So he's good. He's rich now. He's got the egg money.
So, thank you, Neil. That's very kind of you.
He knows what that is. He knows what I'm talking about. Yeah. That should have been a $20,000 super chat with the egg money.
Hey man.
No, I appreciate you, Neil.
You got 60 seconds if you wanted to do the 20 grand. Go ahead. No worries. There's still time.
I'm rich. He said I'm rich. Love you, Neil. You're awesome. Thank you.
That's very cool. And also, real quick, just to let you guys know, I mentioned it earlier, but one more time, tomorrow night, there it is, 9:30 Central on my channel. Mia Goth's stunt double, Jacqueline Gertz, who played Pearl in the movie X, will be joining me for an interview, as well as Samara Weaving's stunt double there with Ash versus Evil Dead in season 1 when she was on the show. And Snake Eyes, the movie Snake Eyes, she was also her stunt double. So come check it out. She's going to be joining me. We're going to be talking about all of her time with Ty West, Mia Goth, and the team filming X, especially. And we'll talk to her about Bruce Campbell too, but especially X. So that's this week. And I just have to say one last quick thing. Next Saturday, it's kind of a back-to-back banger. On the 11th, I'm interviewing Amy Donald, who plays Megan in the movie Megan. Yeah, she's going to be joining me at 9 p.m. on the 11th. So I'll be interviewing her, and she is something else, man. She is 12 years old, and she's great. You guys don't want to miss it. So be sure, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, come over to Craving Something Scary, subscribe, hit the bell icon. Make sure you don't miss these live streams that are coming up. And as for the Lethal Collective, guys, we'll be back on Monday, 4:30 Central, 5:30 Eastern, for a viewers Q&A. So you guys will get to help us determine our content for the day. It was always fun. In the meantime, guys, we're going to call it a day. Have a wonderful night. Go see Jake's stream. Go see Fate's stream. I'll see you guys tomorrow night. And for now, the Lethal Collective has spoken. Good night, guys.